Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about how I moved to Thailand with my dog. I'm doing this video because when we were doing research there was very little information out there, and I found that there were not enough people talking about it, even though we know that there's lots of people that have done it. I had to do a lot of reading, a lot of official and government websites and that kind of stuff. So I'm making this video today to hopefully give some insight, some intel, and make it a little easier for people when they're out there doing their research about moving to Thailand with their dog. Okay, so it's quite a long process, so I am going to go from my notes just so that I'm thorough and I don't skip anything for people. So first step is find a vet that is authorised to do pet passports. So of course at home in the UK we had our pet registered at a local vet, but that vet wasn't authorised to do pet passports, so we had to go on the hunt for one that does. So in the UK, we went for Vets for Pets. They were quite helpful and they got the ball rolling pretty fast. So let's go through the vaccinations. So of course, Vets for Pets is where he would get his vaccinations to go to Thailand. So your dog needs to be vaccinated against these 5 things: parvo, rabies, distemper, hepatitis, and leptospirosis. Now your dog won't get these all in one go. I believe it'd be over a 2 to 3 week period, but the cost for these vaccinations in total is £200. Okay, next we've got the R11 form. This form is one of many documents that you need to complete in order for your pet to be able to travel. This form though acts as a good checklist for everything that you need to get into preparation for your pet to leave the UK. So once you've got this form filled out and you've done all the checkpoints, this form then needs to be sent to the animal quarantine station at BKK Airport. So to make things a bit easier for us, we used a pet relocation service. The company that we went with is called James Cargo Services. Now these guys had it down. They made us feel reassured from the get-go. We felt comfortable. We felt confident that our dog was going to be in good hands. They were really, really helpful. So the cost for James Cargo Services was £1,756. So this included the flight, the crate that he has to travel in, and the health certificate from the vet. Now this health certificate is something that is required 72 hours before your pet is due to fly. So the vet that you found to have your dog get his vaccinations is usually the vet that would authorise the health certificate 72 hours before your pet was due to fly. However, the very nice lady at Vets for Pets who did all of 50's vaccinations failed to mention that she was going on holiday 72 hours before he was due to fly. So that's where James Cargo Services had to step in and help and facilitate a vet to provide a health certificate what approves our dog fit to fly, or that deems our dog fit to fly. So that £1,756 actually includes the health certificate from the vet. So the cost of this health certificate from the vet on its own is £256. So yeah, there's a good few hiccups that we had along the way, so I'm here to talk you through them as well. Okay, so I do think it's important to make you aware that there are other pet relocation services out there that you can use. We found that when we were looking, the prices vary something crazy. So I will of course fill you in at the end of the grand total of what it costs to get our dog here, but upon just making inquiries back when we were in the UK, some companies was quoting us £4,200, some companies was quoting us £2,000. So be sure to just do your research on that because, yeah, some of the companies are a little bit janky, and also depending on the airlines and stuff that the companies use, it might not be suitable for you. I'll get to that in a minute. So for example, when we were looking at some of the pet relocation services, they were using Qatar, their airline, to transport livestock. And what we had noticed is we'd already inquired with Qatar to see, you know, if they accept our breed of dog, all of that stuff, the size of dog. Those are things that you really do need to factor in. Okay, so we're moving on to flights. Flights is where we had a few hiccups. These hiccups actually intertwined with pet relocation service hiccups. So for example, we read that Qatar is very good for accommodating pets and transporting livestock. We also read that Turkish Airlines are very good with the same services. So we called up Qatar and we asked about our dog. They said, you can book a flight for your dog, but only after you've booked your own flight first. We say, okay, bet. So we book our flight. Okay, now when we booked our flight, we contact a pet relocation service that we know Qatar associates with, and they tell us, oh, Qatar's not accepting any pets for transport at the moment. Why couldn't the person on the phone from Qatar tell us that? So we were a little bit doomed then. Okay, so after we found this out, we knew Turkish Airlines was the next best thing. We'd already done a lot of reading and research. We knew we were comfortable and we felt reassured with them. Also, what I liked about it is you were able to track his whereabouts throughout the whole journey on the Turkish Airlines app. They have a feature where you can check your cargo and see whereabouts they are in the world. We did have to spend one night without him as he had a layover in Istanbul. But hey, he got here. Oh, Papa. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, where are we next? Okay, now once he arrived in Thailand, we thought it'd be easier for us to have another pet relocation service set up to assist with the finale of the process. So in Thailand, we used a company called Pet Relocate TH. Amazing. So they assisted with getting the R11 form to the animal quarantine station at BKK Airport. They also assisted with obtaining the import permit. They got him through customs and they transported him to our apartment in Bangkok. And that was all for a fee of £416. Not gonna lie, we were sat on the app constantly checking, okay, he's in Istanbul, what time is he leaving Istanbul, okay, is he in the air right now? Okay, that means he could be flying over Dubai, like we were on it. Not gonna lie, it was a scary ordeal. I was terrified, I was worried that you weren't gonna make it here. I've heard horror stories of people having their dogs lost in airports or during flights or whatever. Yeah, I was on edge for the whole way until we received the call in Bangkok, hey, come downstairs, your dog's here. That was when I was relieved. So in total, it was around £2,372. Of course, it can be done cheaper without the pet relocation services. We used them for peace of mind, for reassurance. They were really good with getting those forms filled out and all of that kind of stuff. We were worried we might have been misreading something. So they were really helpful, and I think it was definitely worth paying the extra money, but I know that it can be done cheaper. But yeah, that was the process of moving our dog to Thailand. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. I'm here to help. Like I said, I don't feel like there was enough information online when I was doing my research, especially not of people talking about it. So if you've got any questions, I'm here to help. Thanks, guys.